The Enchiridion! Okay, so actually I'm neutral to this episode. I'm neutral to this episode like this ant is neutral towards existence. There's some funny parts, there's some mildly amusing parts in it, but there's a lot of parts that I think the humor just totally misses, and I am left utterly unamused and nonchalant. The best part of the episode by far, where I laughed a ton though, was with the old ladies getting destroyed. I just wish I saw some little kid's reaction when this episode first aired on TV. It would have been great. Just the sheer level of speed and the sheer cruelty in which these old ladies are destroyed is kind of unprecedented in a children's cartoon. As to whether the destruction of the organism known as Old Lady, because remember, Finn is still the only human we know of in the series thus far, as to whether their destruction actually happened or not is a bit unclear in this episode. As far as I see it, there are three potential hypotheses. Number one, their entire existence is an illusion. These are not real beings. This, however, seems very unlikely, because then what is the point of them being at the picnic table in the end? And these old ladies appear in future episodes as background characters, making this even more unlikely. Number two, it seems the old ladies may have teleportation powers, so they're just poofing away instead of getting destroyed. This is also supported because if you look real closely, it seems like one of the old ladies phases into sitting at the picnic table. However, this makes the visual appearance of their teleportation non-uniform, because while they can also phase in, they clearly pop away. And then there's hypothesis number three, the dark one. The old ladies did really exist, and they did really get obliterated, and at the end they appear as an illusion to keep Finn from having his psyche broken, because a 12-year-old boy living with a burden knowing that he could not protect old ladies from getting destroyed and actually freed the creatures that obliterated them is a pretty damn heavy thing to have on your mind, no matter what age you are. And if hypothesis number three is really true, is Old Lady really so subhuman that they don't even qualify as Homo sapiens, and their existence is so insignificant that they may as well be annihilated in a dungeon that tests somebody's heroicness, with nobody but a naive 12-year-old boy feeling any remorse? If that's globdamn horrific! So yeah, the teleportation hypothesis seems like the most probable one as to what's happening here, though I gotta say, as grotesque as hypothesis number three is, there's something provocative about somebody's dire hatred for the elderly being implemented into a children's cartoon in this fashion. Whatever the deal with the old ladies getting destroyed is, it's a hilarious scene nonetheless. Back in this episode, Princess Bubblegum is still at a really annoying level of quote-unquote sweet.
Please, calm yourselves, my people. I am safe.
I am so glad they toned down the artificial sweetness to her voice as the series goes on. It's actually a bit grating. It's not that much different, but it's different just enough that it feels like the voice is forced more than it should be, particularly to make her sound like she's talking to children at all times.
Turn around. Well, turn around. This entrance is secret.
And yes, Finn is a child, but for audiences older than 10, I don't think they could have handled this voice if this is the voice PB would get for the entire rest of the show's duration. This apparently was originally planned to be the first episode of her Slumber Party Panic, and I think it does work better that way. It kind of establishes the world of Ooh and the character interactions and even a little bit of the lore better than does Slumber Party Panic, but honestly I don't think it makes that much of a difference that they moved the episode further back. So the episode as a whole, I'm extremely lukewarm toward it, whatever being extremely lukewarm even means.
Every time you look sad, we'll destroy a big old woman.
Well, ever since I got to...